But I think if you also strategize yourself well, and you end up in the likes of the UN. And then I went to move to Asia in a country called East Timor. Please Google that. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is V Memoirs. And in this video, I wanted to discuss what were the benefits of working in international development. Please subscribe and also click the alert button for new videos when they come out. You get to see them first. Before you watch this video, there is a video talking about how I came back to Africa and also how you can get into international development before you watch this one.
But if you watch both of those videos, then carry on.
So my first thing that I'd say would be the benefit of working in international development is the travel. This is both travel when you're at the job, but travel between jobs. So for example, for me, when I started working in development, my first initial travel job was actually in Asia. I had worked for an organization before that was in international development, but I didn't get to travel much at the time. And that was with the Department for International Development, aka SCDO.
Foreign Development Commonwealth Office.
I think that's turned that around. Foreign Commonwealth Development Office. I worked there for a year and then I applied for the ODI fellowship. So I think there's a video that I posted earlier as well that talked about my journey as a development economist, and that would talk about the ODI fellowship a little bit more, and you know what that is. But again, links below if you want to find out more about what that is as well. And then I went to move to Asia in a country called East Timor. Please Google that. I'm not going to explain where it is. I didn't know myself when I first saw it. Then after that, I moved to Rwanda, and then I got another job in Uganda. And then eventually I went back home, and then home meaning the UK, and then I moved to Tanzania. The excited about working in international development is just having so much opportunity to travel, even when you're within the job, like as I've been working in the last couple of years. I've lived in Tanzania, but traveled to Uganda. I've lived in Timor, but traveled somewhere else. There's a lot of travel involved within the job, and that is great. The second thing about benefits about working in international development is the fact that you're going to be involved in very, very interesting projects, especially those that are basically touching the lives of poor people in different forms. It could be that you are teaching them skills. It could be that you're supporting them to gain access to money, capital, to improve their livelihoods. It could be increasing productivity in terms of agriculture. It's touching personal lives. And that, for most people who work and want to make an impact in their lives, is such a touchy thing. And I think just working in development really gives you that. Of course, it doesn't mean you're actually saving their lives.
Let me just pause that for a second.
There's a lot of issues working in international development. There's a lot of gap between you as a person working and the actual impact. You're a small fish in a big pond when you're working in development, but it's still closer to helping people than you would have been, let's say, if you're working in a different sector. I definitely had worked in the government when I was in the UK for a bit before I had moved into development, and I felt very distant when I was working in government compared to working in development. The third thing that's a really huge benefit to working in international development is just meeting different people. If you're someone who really enjoys cultures and meeting people and creating relationships and forming relationships, then development is for you. You moving into different country means you have to make new friends. They all have different experiences, perspectives, and just ways of looking at things. And you get to meet some of the most amazing people in this world. Like, I think maybe at least 4 of my closest friends, I met them while working in the field, and I cannot say it's just been incredible meeting these kind of people. You just won't, it's not to value them more or less, it's just something that you won't find if you were to stay in one location. So if you're someone who really enjoys meeting people, forming relationships, you're very extroverted, then development is for you. And the last thing that I probably would say about working in development would say be the pay. So I don't really want to over advertise the pay because you can get paid really badly. But I think if you also strategize yourself well, and you end up in the likes of the UN,
or the World Bank,
or the IMF, or the AU, the African Union, or the African Development Bank, the AFDB, or any of the sort of much higher paying NGOs and foundations, then actually you find yourself getting paid much more than maybe your average job. But if you're in finance, you probably would work in World Bank. But if you working in finance in a particular country, you'll probably be at par with people who work in development. Again, that's not everyone. It is definitely depending on specialized skills and sort of the type of things you want to do in development. But generally, if you do work hard and if you do gain the skills and qualifications and if you do rank up, your pay will be pretty good. The rewards for it are pretty good. All right. right, guys, that's it. It's a short video just to talk about a little bit about development and the reasons why I think you should join. I will be doing a video where I would say the 5 different things why development is a difficult sector to get into and why there is some disadvantages and challenges of working development, which just balance things out a little bit. Thank you guys, subscribe and see you later.